Hey metalheads, this is Doro Pesch and you're watching Southeast Rag Metal, the loudest channel on the planet, and I wish you a great time. Stay metal and rock on.
Welcome to Finland, Doro.
I'm so glad to be back. It's been a while and it was awesome and it's awesome here. Yes.
So you've been on tour for a while. How's the tour been so far after this COVID break?
It was great. We did so many great festivals. I met all my friends. I just met the guys of Kiss last week, Gene Simmons and Paul and Tommy Thayer. And I don't know if you guys know, but Gene and Tommy, they worked on one of our records. Gene was the producer in 1990. So we had a great talk, and then I met Judas Priest, which was actually my first tour here in 1986. There was the Turbo tour, so I had a great talk with Rob Halford, and then Megadeth. There was another tour we did in the States in '88, so I met Dave Mustaine. And we did so many great festivals. Hellfest in France, 2 festivals in Spain, Rockfest and Rock Imperium. And when we traveled, we lost all our instruments, all the luggage, all the gear got lost. But I tell you, it helps when you have good friends, because the Scorpions, they played and they gave us all their best guitars, so we could play the gig, and that was awesome to see. So that it makes me so happy that, that all the bands, they are it's definitely like a family. The fans, the bands, the road crew. And so far we had awesome festivals and
Actually, about you, when we were working with Gene Simmons and Tommy Thayer, it was only you that you actually recorded from the Kiss album.
Yeah, I loved it so much. And Gene, he rewrote the lyrics, and I listened to it and I thought, that's great. And he wrote many songs for this album. Something Wicked This Way Comes, Only You, Mirage, and he had one song. There was a demo, it was called Unholy Love. Actually, it was called a different title. It was called Terminal Love, and I listened to the song. I said, Gene, I love it. And then we called the songwriter, we said, can we change the title? And he said, yes, And I said, how about Unholy Love? And it was great times. 89, 90, unforgettable. And I'm a big Kiss fan, so you can imagine. It was like, wow. It was a dream come true. Every day going into the studio, and Gene was a really fine, caring, intelligent producer and super nice guy. So that was great. And when we saw each other last week, it was still the same. It felt all these years. I was like, starting right where you, starting off right where you left it. It was like.
Like you mentioned when we started that your first gig in Finland was in '86 with Judas Priest, and you have visited since then quite many times here. So how would you describe the audience like today here in Sauna Open Air? How was the audience?
Super, fantastic. It was awesome. People were singing along, the diehard fans right in the first row. And I don't know everybody's name, but I know the faces and the eyes. When I see like a diehard fan, like a face when somebody's like, really feeling it, I will never forget. So they were all in the first row, and that made me so happy. And we had great gigs, and we played Helsinki and Oulu before, and tomorrow we will play Oulu, and we will go by bus right after this interview. So I'm excited, and we played actually a small club in Oulu, so tomorrow will be another great festival. And I love playing here. It's like coming home, and people are really awesome, really down to earth, and like really straight and honest. I love that, and and of course, I mean, Taya is one of my best friends in the in the music business. So Still.
Once said in the interview that the band and the crew and all the fans and all that thing on the road, that's your family and you're married to them. So it tells me that you're really passionate and dedicated to what you do. So do you think that that is something that will affect to your fans also, that they're passionate about your music too?
Yes. I think since day one, I had a feeling that the fans and me, that we had a deep connection. There was a lot of trust and, friendship and, doing something together. I think I can not really explain it, but it's there. And I was from the first gig on, from the early 80s, and I still feel that way. And I know they feel it too. And it's like, I would say, between friendship and a deep love for the same things, for the music, for metal, for the same kind of state of mind. I think metal is definitely a lifestyle, and and people feel it, and I love the fans, and I think they feel it, they know it. So it's not that I want to have anything back, but it's great when you get the feedback, and then I can always sing and perform much better. Like, you know, I could never do it in a studio situation with an engineer or a musician, you know, but the fans, that's my world. And yeah.
Well, it was definitely great to see you when you went on stage and you took the audience, and they were there, and the connection between you and the crowd, it was amazing. It was great to see that.
Yeah, I felt, right there, yeah. Like the same what I told you about the Kiss and Gene Simmons, it's so nice that, it didn't even matter that I wasn't here for a few years, and even the Corona times didn't matter. It seemed like good old days, and and everybody had so much fun. That's what makes me happy, when I see the faces are lighting up, when they're sweating and headbanging and singing along, and nothing can make me happier than that. The song is called Fight for All. Of the True Skin album. Everyone gonna shout. Every teacher at school. Everyone in the street. There's another golden rule. Is that a West or a Christian island? Hey! I said the West is set to one of fire. Yeah, my desert. My passion, you were ready to fight. But for wrong. Fight for wrong. For wrong. Fight for wrong. Fight for wrong. Yeah.
Let's talk about the future. You have now a summer tour going on, and then you have some shows on the fall. But what's going to happen in next year? Do you have no more shows coming up, or maybe new music?
Yes, we're working on a new album, and it's almost done. Like 80% is done of the songwriting, and we're recording, and next year I want to put it out, and it will be not a double album like the one before, the Forever Boris, Forever United, but but it will be with many nice songs, anthems, fast songs, metal songs, and like soulful songs, and probably one German song again. Since we had For Immer, there's always once in a while there's a German song, not on each album, but sometimes. So and there's one song. You know, I love animals so much. That's the reason I'm vegan. All the leather here is vegan leather.
Yeah.
And I I wrote the song already. It's for the animals, and that's called Heavenly Creatures. And after the festivals, I will go right back into the studio, work some more on it. But there's some other great songs on it, so I think the fans will love it. I'm pretty sure everybody will find their song. Yeah.
Okay, so we can expect that the album is coming out in next year.
Next year. Hopefully before we celebrate the 40th anniversary, and of course I want to have some special guests on the new album, and so this it's in the making. There's something nice in the making. I hope it will work out. So
We were wondering with our cameraman here when we were driving to this venue that there are many female lead singers fronting different bands, but they are most all of them are like, symphonic metal bands. But you seem to be the only lead heavy metal singer and an artist fronting a band which is titled in your own name. So what's your secret?
I love metal, and I was born and raised with the new wave of British heavy metal. So I grew up, when I had my first band, it was like, we were highly influenced by Judas Priest and Saxon. Oh, I love Saxon, and Motorhead and Maiden. And of course all the other great bands, for example Ronnie James Dio, Whitesnake, and Metallica, Wasp. I'm a big Wasp fan. So I was lucky enough to tour with everybody. First tour was actually with Judas Priest, 86, 87 Ronnie James Dio, 86 with Wasp in England, and 88 Megadeth. And then we toured with so many bands, Saxon, Always, Motorhead, the Scorpions. I tell you, I can't ask for more.
Yeah.
I could tour with everybody I love. Yeah, Kiss. Actually, when Gene produced the album, and being a big Kiss fan, when I was actually still in school, I became a big Kiss fan. So it was unbelievable. Like, you would have never even thought of like meeting somebody and then working together. And my first duet was actually with Lemmy. It was 2000 on the Calling the Wild album. We did Alone Again and Love Me Forever. Yeah. And that was my last duet on the Raise Your Fist album. It Still Hurts. So working with great people, that makes my love for metal, that it grows even deeper and deeper. And I feel, I'm very well taken care of with all the fans. It's definitely, it is my family. We know each other. And actually, I never studied vocals, so I couldn't be like a symphonic singer, Yeah. But we did one record with orchestra, the Classic Diamonds album, which I thought was great. But I could just be myself, sing how I sing, and so But there are many great ladies out there, yes, and. Or like the real die-hard metal, like Arch Enemy, Elisa, I think is doing great, or Ginger, the new band from the Ukraine. I think Tatjana is super. Yeah, there are many, many great female singers, and it feels good. It's now more balanced. When we started out in the 80s, there were maybe 5 or maybe 10 women doing it, and now it's more even. So that's awesome, and
Back in the day, there was only you and Lee Aaron.
Yeah, Lee Aaron and Lita Ford, Lita Ford and Joan Jett, and that was pretty much it. And now it's so many, and that's excellent. That's cool.
But your secret seems to be the love for the heavy metal and that thing what you do.
Yeah, and for the fans. That's above all. The fans and the music, and and I love to make people happy, and especially in this day and age where everything is so difficult. I think, man, everybody has so many battles to fight, so I want to put extra good energy out, to make them feel good, and I think it's important. And
well, that's something that is glowing from you because. Yes. You're here after the show and you're full of energy, so...
Yeah, because the show was good, and when I first started, I had my first band when I was 15, 16. I didn't know about that kind of magic, but now, I know every day, and every show I treat it like it could be the last show, or it could be the first show, so every day is a new total adventure, and I give it my all, and I don't hold back. Even when a tour manager said, "Hey, the tour is very long, you have another festival," I never hold back. And then when I die on stage, it's okay. It's okay, it has to be 100% full power every show. It's what the fans deserve, and that's what I want to give out, and not
Sounds great. One last question before we let you go towards Oulu, and the next show is, you mentioned the duets, and like you did with Lemmy, you have done duet with Tarja Turunen and Udo and many to mention. Is there somebody or who would you like to do a duet with that you haven't done yet?
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio would have been so awesome. Oh my God, Ronnie James Dio. And we were counting all the duets. I think there are 40 duets I did. Like, many people don't know, like the stuff with like maybe upcoming bands or something. But I did a duet with Sister Sin as well. We did a Motorhead song, Rock and Roll. And I love doing duets. And last duet was actually with Johan Heck of Amon Amarth on our last album, Forever Warriors, Forever United. So that was awesome. And actually, Ronnie James Dio would be great. Rob Halford would be awesome. James Hetfield would be awesome. So many. Blackie Lawless, oh God, that would be nice. And David Coverdale, or Till of Rammstein. So there are a couple of people, but it needs to have a reason, You need to do something together, and then maybe you say, let's do it. So yeah, but I'm planning on doing many more records. So I hope there are many more chances to do a duet or a collaboration or with fine guitar players. Last time, yeah, we had Doug Aldrich playing as well. So yeah.
So we have to look for the future and wait what's it coming.
Yeah, 40th anniversary and then another 40 years. So I'm ready and for many more records. And
Thank you for this interview, Doro. We wish you all the best and rock on.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for having me and all the best. And and stay metal and keep on rocking. And I love you.
Everything you want, but don't push your life too far. It's in the way.